What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ant. GodMade32 on Instagram. Right now, we're about to go into a conversation with an amazing individual. She's super brilliant, and this is somebody I am just so amazed and blessed to call a friend and somebody who I could bounce ideas off of, man. But yeah, man, this is my girl Becky in here, man, and she's the owner and sole proprietor of Unapologetic and Free. Y'all should go check that out on Instagram. It's a very interesting site and a very interesting Instagram for anybody who wants to go out there and just hear about different things when it comes to sex and relationships. Y'all should definitely go check that out. But yeah, guys, it's my pleasure to introduce the second coming of the FaxxxAF podcast. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ant, GodMake32 on Instagram, and today we back with another reaction, man. And today we got something real special. We have a special guest with us, man. We have Becky.
What's up, guys? So it's Becky from Unapologetic and Free. Follow me on Instagram, unapologetic_free with 3 E's. 3, not 2's, because people are weird. Twitter, unapologetic_free as well. Check out my podcast. If you feel like an outsider, feel like an outcast, check me out. You belong here. You belong with me. Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, everywhere.
Well, make sure you go ahead and check her out, man. You already know I'm already subscribed. We're already locked in. And I'm so glad to have you here with me, man. Hopefully we
I'm happy to
could
be here.
talk about these things and come to some type of consensus. And
I hope so. Maybe we'll disagree to agree or agree to disagree. Is that how that works?
that's how that works.
That's how that works.
Right. But like, it's going to be fun regardless.
Yes.
And today we're going to dive into, are men always the problem? And we got a clip from The Godfather, man. We got Kevinsamuels right here. He's talking to a young lady. I haven't watched this clip all the way through. She has never watched the Kevinsamuels clip all the way through. She's only heard things and seen probably 10, 15 seconds before she gets pissed off about.
15 seconds. The Instagram clip, about 15 seconds is an Instagram post.
Yeah, about one of those.
Some of them are 40 seconds, 45 seconds.
Some of those.
Yeah, just
you know what I mean? So this should be real interesting, man. We got a first timer right here, and she's about to enter the Manosphere, and I can't wait to get in here just to get her thoughts. If you like what you're seeing here, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us way more than you know, and it helps us beat the YouTube algorithm. And without any further ado, here we go.
Modern women more cut out to be side chicks or wives?
Can you define the modern woman?
Everything that's not like your grandma or your great grandma.
You know, I think we can be wifey material depending on who, we're involved with. You can't expect us to be wifey material for someone that doesn't deserve it.
Automatically wrong.
Okay.
It's conditional femininity.
Conditional. I don't think so.
Hold on, no. Conditional. See, a woman who's feminine is feminine regardless if the man around her is trying to marry her or he's just the guy who's delivering her groceries. Mm-hmm. I don't know where you ladies get off talking about, well, I can act right for the right man. You need to act right for the men who built the world that you live in. Because we're all the right men. Well, you just need to act better for the one that's taking care of you.
Or just not ask for them at all. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So, I think what I'm trying to say is that, you can't give your best to someone that doesn't deserve it.
I knew you was going to like that.
So you expect me to give my all and give my best to
I
someone?
I expect you to appreciate the men that built the world around you that allow you to be able to live in a first world country. The entitlement you guys have.
Well, what about the women? What about the women that built that, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, the women...
Look, I'm trying to help you.
No, I know.
The women haven't built shit. Name me 5 great female inventors. I'll give you one. Okay. Madam Curie. Go.
What I'm trying to say
women don't build nothing.
Women built...
I'm confused.
All right, hold on. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to give it a break, and then we're going to get back into it in a second. We're going to have you give your thoughts first on what you think. So what do you think, Becky?
I have questions. And this is what
Let's
I
see if
this
I
is
can.
what I
Let's see
mean.
if I
This
can
is
answer.
this
Let's see
is
if I can
exactly what I
answer.
mean. What do you mean women don't like by saying women don't build women build doesn't build anything? Are you trying to say that we have no contributions to the society that we live in today?
I think.
Is that what he's saying?
Okay, I don't necessarily think that's what he's saying, but I could be proven wrong. But I think he's just going to the extreme of it, and he's just talking about literal builders here or literal inventors. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that women haven't helped immensely in the fabric of the nation that we live in, but like when it comes to tangible items that change the course of history, that's what he's talking about, like actual builders, buildings, inventions,
Like architecture.
art.
So we're talking about my actual house. I should be grateful to the man that built my house.
I'm kinda, yeah. I'm grateful for the people that built this house.
Okay. What if I was in the South and I lived in a plantation and the owner, it was an old plantation and the owner was a slave owner? I should be grateful to him too, huh?
Why would you want to live in a plantation?
I mean,
Why
a
would you
lot
want
of
to
people,
live in that
a lot of
house?
people in the South live in like houses that belong to plantation owners. That's, I want to move to the South. I want to get a house in a big yard. 9 times out of 10, that may have been a piece of land that was a plantation, or that house may have been, built during that time. I guess I should be grateful to him.
Yeah, but for the house.
Okay.
For the
That
house,
sounds crazy to me.
Two things could be true. Two things could be true at the same time.
Two things could
You
be
could
true.
be at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You could hate the people for what they have done, but be grateful for the things that you are contributing. No, the things that you are receiving from them.
So Kevinsamuels is telling us that we should show gratitude towards men, whether they're bad men, whether they're deserving or not. We should still show gratitude towards them for what we have.
I think he's just being
Some type of gratitude.
Again, just from a person that has watched his shows,
Yeah.
And has some type of a grasp. I'm not telling you that like I'm a Kevinsamuels expert, because by no means. But from somebody who's watched his show a lot, I could better contextualize what he's saying for the most part, because every man has a mind for his own.
Okay.
But I would just say he's just leaning towards the extreme right now to prove a point.
Okay.
Not that, you have to walk by every man and say thank you for this, that, and the third, or this, but like have it in the back of your mind type shit. Like when I was growing up, I'm just trying to equate two things right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't frontwardly conscious that my dad or my mom was the person that's making me like live right now and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I just knew that I was living and I was eating and this, that, and the third. But I had some type of gratitude in the back of my mind for everything that I was receiving type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how bad the times got, I wasn't just like, oh, F my parents and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's in that type of way he's referencing and stuff. Again, not equating men to your parents. I'm just saying person to person.
Okay. General scale.
Yeah, more of a general scale. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that's the point he's getting across. If I'm overstepping, I know somebody in the comments gonna tell me I'm overstepping and I'm just wrong. But like that's what I got from it, and that's what, you know what I mean.
Let's see where he's going with this.
Back to it.
They delivered us. They built life. What
A
about
dog can shit out mutts. Giving birth does not make
a
you special.
female dog, though?
It doesn't
A
make you
female
special.
dog.
A bitch.
No, I'm
It
just.
doesn't make. See, that's the thing. The
I
ability
think
to
she's just a
give birth
contrarian, just
doesn't
up there
make you
just saying
special.
shit.
It just means your womb
Could be too.
works.
Feels like it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not easy. I don't even think I can.
Why
be
the
person
fuck did
who-
y'all? Why do women often talk about it's not easy?
That's the
This
biggest.
this is the whole thing. This is this modern feminist bullshit. Y'all expect men to go out and conquer the world, and then you want to. Well, I'll decide to be nice to this man. I'll decide.
No, I
this
never
man
said
to
be nice or not. I
Look,
mean,
you
obviously
get-
you should be nice to all people.
No,
but
you
what I'm
said
saying-
no. You said I should give my best to all men. Then guess what? That's cool. So if you getting run up, done up out on a bus on the subway somewhere, then all the men should just say nothing because they're not yours, right?
I didn't say no. Don't say nothing. You can be
No, no, no,
cordial
no,
and say
no,
hello
no,
to
no, no,
people
no,
like
no.
human beings.
But treating people like human
Oh,
beings. Do
damn.
you say that most women
I
today
think those
treat
little
men with
contradictions are
respect like
funny.
human beings?
I would say so. Yeah, I think actually
Really?
it's the opposite. To me,
Really?
it seems like
How long have you been watching my program?
today, tonight,
Period. How long? How long have you watched my platform?
She's probably like me.
not very much. I
Hmm?
don't go on social media like that.
I
Well
said she's
then,
probably like me. Haven't
then
watched
I'm gonna
him
tell
in
you right
like
now, you
ever.
can't be more wrong. I got an entire show of women. Go back and watch a broadcast about women complaining about even just smiling at men.
Okay, well, I can't speak on behalf of those people.
But well, that's the world.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is that in our current time, I think men are more of the problem.
Of course, most feminists do. What's the problem with men?
In our modern society,
You mean the world? Yeah. What else world are you gonna talk
I
about?
think that they personally lack respect for women.
And why should you be respected?
Why we should be respected? I think that
Yes.
we put up with more than we should.
No. Why should women
And
be
we
respected?
should be
Hold
valued.
on.
We're not as
Hold on,
valued.
stop. Oh.
You
Why
see what I
should
Oh my
mean?
you
god,
Like,
I
be
feel like all
respected
these
in?
people about to come for me right
No,
now.
don't worry about all these people. You're talking to me.
she's like telling him why women should be respected, and he's just cutting her off.
I think she cut him off because he was about to further the point, and before he got the words out, she went in.
I mean, he asked a question,
Nah,
why
he
should
was
women
just
be
like,
respected? But let's zone in on,
Yeah.
on expectations. Like,
Yeah.
who are the women that Kevin Samuels is speaking to? Because who expects a man to go out there, conquer the world, and come home and not be thanked? Like, no one is asking you to necessarily to go out there and conquer the world. Women nowadays, in today's day and age, we can do it ourselves. We are conquering the world. It's literally what we are doing.
And I'll just say this from a logical angle: you can't conquer something that's already conquered.
We can make changes.
That's
Changes. Then.
that's a whole different topic. You feel what I'm saying? But like, I think uh, the crux of this part of the argument, and this part just got a little bit wild between both of them.
Yeah.
Um,
It really did, because bro, I don't understand. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand the concept of having to be nice or to give my best, right? Or
It's the
to
concept.
give this man all of my feminine energy when he hasn't done anything to deserve it. And
But
I
it's
think
the
that's where
con-
she's coming from.
And I think that's the concept of chivalry to men, though. We expect you to be nice just off the fact that we're here. You expect us to be chivalrous just off the fact that you're here. Just off the fact that you're here and you're with me, you expect me to open the door for you. You expect me to do this for you. You expect me to do that for you. And in return,
are you not head of the household though,
but
or the dominant
even-
one? Isn't that
even-
how
but okay, but
it works?
if that's so, even if that's so,
Mhm.
I'm taking it outside the construct of people are together. I'm just talking about
Just
a
walking
man
away.
and a woman just being in proximity to each other and stuff like that. I think most women want the men in their proximity to be protectors towards them, whether you are engaged in extracurricular activities with them or not. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you are my friend, if you are somebody that's in my circle, whether it be acquaintance or somebody that's passing on the street just to be a good person. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
These are the things that you expect. Now, flip that around. We don't expect you to protect us. We don't expect you to open the door for us. All we want is a tip of the hat and a smile as we walk by, just to brighten our day. Just like how you would want something for us to brighten your day. You look great today.
Okay, go ahead.
Nice dress, nice shoes. But even now, in these days, that could be seen as creepy. So that's even blurring the lines more of what can we're not even being put in the place to even be the thing that you guys want us to be on the inside because of external causes.
So, when it comes to being creepy, right, in regards to that, it really boils down to how you do things and not necessarily what you do. You can tell a girl that she looks nice. It is how you tell her that she looks nice. I've had men tell me that I look beautiful and literally leave it at that, and I give them a smile and I say thank you. I've had men tell me that I look beautiful and like will either grab my wrist or just come out just creepy, just do creepy shit, and you're like, I need to hurry up and walk a little faster because I've also had men tell me I look beautiful, give them a smile, say thank you. They want to talk to me, no thank you, keep walking, they keep pursuing, they keep going. So like, I mean, do we want to tell men on the street, give them a smile and tell them thank you? No, we don't, because I really don't want to deal with the bullshit. I'd rather not deal with any of that and just walk forward. You're not opening the door for me.
I think you have the right
you did it.
I think you have the right to do that. I 100% do think you have the right to do that. I think, and I don't give any leeway to men who are hyper aggressive, or I don't know what exactly creepy is, because I do think that creepy only depends on the person that's doing it. 100%. Because if you have I don't know, let's flip it around. I have a beautiful young woman coming up to me out of nowhere, grabbing me around the waist, and asking me to, let's go to the bathroom right now. Let me give you head. You feel what I'm saying? Flip that around. It's a non-attractive woman. It's an overweight woman It's a non-attractive overweight woman coming up to me.
Why does she have to be overweight? Why couldn't she just be non-attractive?
Nah, because it has to be a double negative.
Why does it have to be?
Because the first one was a double positive. She was bad and beautiful.
Oh, okay. So she's overweight and not attractive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Double negative.
Got it.
So she comes up, does the same exact thing, and I'm going to think that's creepy, regardless of the situation. The attractive lady comes up and do the same thing. I'm not going to think that's creepy. And while you may think that's wrong just on face value, it happens to men just like that every single day.
No, it does. I can agree. I can definitely agree. There's been times, like, think about it. Even when you're in a party, you've ever danced with a girl, she turn around and look at you and then stop dancing with you?
Once or twice.
Yeah. Because sometimes you're like, yeah, nope, no, that's not the one I want to dance with. No. Are you dancing on me? Wrong way, wrong guy. So it's the same. So it's the same thing. I mean, it's that's a whole different conversation about attraction, though, and how attraction works.
It is about attraction on the base of it. To be quite honest with you, on at the base level, it is just about attraction. Your attraction to the person depends on correlates to the creepiness of what the person is doing.
Okay.
If you don't know this person from Adam, and a handsome guy pulls up out of nowhere, grabs your hand, pulls you back and says, ma'am, let me talk to you for a second. As soon as you turn around and look at him, that split second, you're going to relax. If that same guy is 5'7", 280 pounds with acne on his face, and he does the same exact thing with the same amount of force, as gentle as the other guy did it, grabbed your hand and caressed your hand in the same way and said the same exact words, you're going to drag your hand away and probably scream.
So, in theory, yes. In the not even like generalization, yes. That is how attraction works. I can't disagree with that. I actually cannot, because I think I've been in situations like that before, where I may have been like, no. And then it was that the guy did the exact same thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll talk to him. I'll give him a chance. Granted, though, don't grab me or touch my hand, whether you're beautiful or not. Even if you're a beautiful man and you grab my hand.
Whether you're beautiful or not.
Even if you're a beautiful man and you grab my hand, like immediately a wall is gonna go up because I'm just not quite sure why you're touching me.
Heard you.
But if you're a beautiful man, I might still speak with you and tell you not to touch my hand. Whereas if you're
it's
attractive to me,
a fight or flight reflex right away.
It might be like, whoo, don't touch me, and run away. Let's go.
Why should you be respected and why should you be valued?
Me personally, Or are you asking me to speak on behalf of women?
Well, you said you don't think men respect women, and women should be respected
No,
and valued.
because I mean, if you look at the dating culture, first of all, the way that the dating culture is
This is too
now,
easy.
men are less likely to commit to a woman. They
And why do
believe
you think
in
that is? Why do
being
you
with,
think that? Why do you think that is?
maybe social media plays a factor, and
No,
people having
chivalry's dead because women killed it. Like
how.
it or not, like it or not. Here's the thing: you
Oh
need to
wow.
actually tune into the world and get out of your bubble, because
I'm
like
not
it or
in a
not,
bubble.
yeah, you are. Because I guarantee you, go into the comment section, you'll even have the women telling you don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
The
if they
reason,
want to, if they want to come
the
up here and
reason that
speak,
no, we don't invite people to my platform.
okay, I'm sorry about that.
You may
I'm
be
just
cute
saying.
to other people. You're
I'm
just
not
another
trying to
female to
be.
me.
I'm not trying to represent every woman on
Well,
this
but the thing is,
earth.
you're talking about women should get respect. No, if you're gonna say women should get respect, then you should submit to all men.
I don't think I should submit to all men.
Well, and then a woman should not get respect and value. You're just another person. You earn.
First of all, I think all
Respect.
You
humans
earn.
should be
Well,
valued
that's
and
nice.
respected.
That's a nice utopian concept.
So does respect equal submission?
But the
Okay.
bottom line
You know.
today, the reason the dating market is the way it is today, is because women have abused the free market system. You don't see your grandmother, your great grandmother's generation didn't have the problems modern women have. You're the most educated, the freest, the most liberated group of women that's ever lived, and you're the most unhappy at all. Why? Because one, nuclear rejections, so entitled. In college today, the average man sitting in college with a woman knows that that woman wants a man making six figures. They can't even date because today young women don't want men who are making average money. When's the last time you dated a man making less than $50,000?
I don't really ask people how much money they make.
You know you can get. You know why? You know why you don't have to? Because they got enough.
Yeah. But that's also because, I mean, now we live in a time where you kind of need to have more to live a certain type of life,
Guys,
right? Like
you can't make this
50,000
shit up.
now is different than obviously what
You
50,000
can't
was
make this
back
Glad
shit
that
up.
you're
then.
agreeing
No,
with.
what you need is two incomes.
Hmm.
See, black people have never had a lot of money, but the fact that I just asked you a question and you answered it the way you did shows that you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't worry about. You don't have to ask the guy the kind of money he has because the men you typically date are older and have money.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, in
But
general, like,
my point is, men your age wouldn't have stand a chance with you because most don't have money. Thank you.
right. But I mean, to each their own, everyone is different. I think
No, you're
that,
not. Each is everybody's different. We're more alike than anything else. And the bottom line is this: would you like to be married one day?
yes,
Okay. Are you going to be submissive and obedient to your husband? There she goes. You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make it up. What you just saw was the outgrowth of this modern womanist feminist ideal.
You want to hear him
You want
finish summing it up,
everything.
or
You don't know
Yeah.
what the world costs. And that is why most women cannot respect men. They do not understand what it costs to build the world that they inhabit, like butter won't melt in their mouth. Modern men have made the world too easy for modern women to where you don't have any appreciation for the infrastructure and things that are around. So you think, well, I shouldn't have to be nice to every man. Then fine. Gentlemen, act accordingly. Treat them equal if they want to be treated equal. Let them.
So it really bothers me that one, he almost insinuates that in order for a man to respect you, you have to be submissive. I didn't like that insinuation. That bothers me a lot. And two, I understand what he's saying. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, okay, infrastructure. He's talking about bridges. He's talking about construction work. He's talking about literally the roads that we're driving on, the cars and things of that we're driving, the house that we have, right? This table. But it really flipping bothers me because you're only focusing on materialistic things. Like, what is a house without electricity? What is a house without running water? What is a house without any of the stuff that we have inside of it? What is a house really and truly without
What
someone
he's
to
saying,
take care of it?
I think most of the things that you just named, except for the somebody in there to take care of it, he's saying majority of men. Those are majority male jobs. Wait, hold.
Majority of men all this time, even though we now have women entering these fields. But okay, so I should be grateful to every single man. That really bothers me.
No, but what? All right.
If you watch Kevin,
if you watch Kevin long enough, you will come to an understanding that almost everything that you agree that a woman should be appreciated for, he agrees that a woman should be appreciated for. You feel what I'm saying? Just in a different light.
Okay.
Because what he's saying is, if I'm supposed to be the leader of the house, if I'm supposed to be head of household, then you're supposed to approach me as such from RIP. If you're supposed to be my queen, I'm supposed to treat you as such from RIP. Anything below that is unacceptable, and that's what he's saying. The behavior of the what he calls the modern woman is unacceptable for him because of things that you might deem unacceptable yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like him saying that him having the standards that he has might be like ridiculous to you. You feel what I'm saying? So I just think that's what it is. I just feel like it's a clash of minds, it's a clash of standards, and it's a clash of ideals in the generations and shit. But from my perspective, and this is a thing I hold dear, I think he's correct in the standards of the old generation, but it does need some newer model updates, yes. But the standards of the old generation, the pillars that were set up were the right pillars from Jump Street.
Yes and no.
Show me where the new system has worked in mass.
Yes and no.
Wait, just listen to what I just said.
In mass. You said in mass.
Because if you have a group of people that grew up in a town, and in a town of, let's use this city for example, right? How many people in here? 2 million?
About a good amount. Maybe.
Let's come down to the folks that we care about. Let's take 100,000. If out of 100,000, 3 make it, that's a bad system.
Okay.
If you take it to the other side, 2-parent households came up on the rules and regulations. You have 100,000, 80,000 is going to make it. 20,000 is delinquents.
That's more successful.
That's more successful. So that's the model we should go under. Is that model perfect? No, because it has a 20%. It has a 20% unsuccess rate. But I'd rather go with that model and try to fix that 20% than stay in a model that's 80. That's 20/80. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I think that because things are currently changing, we don't know the effect of the masses yet.
We have 40 years. We have 50 years of data.
Yeah, but look how much have changed.
But we have 50 years.
How much we have changed even within
the data before that.
But even within the 50 years, the especially the time that we're in now, like this digital age that we're in, like things are constantly changing. So to say that we don't know that yet. Like we at least have to give it a chance.
But what if we're spiraling off to a point of no return, and we don't know yet?
I highly doubt that we're spiraling off to a point of no return. I don't think so.
Species have died out for less.
I mean,
species have died out for less. And I hate to
have died out because we killed them. Look what the elephants are doing. They're not even growing tusks.
And I hate to say that. That's evolution and stuff.
Because of us.
So what is going to happen when we impose stuff that changes our evolution?
Is that necessarily like a bad thing? Are we so afraid of change? Like, is change necessarily a bad thing? Because here's the thing, right? I think I agree, going back to what you were saying about the pillars that were set up for us. So, like, I do agree that there are things that are traditional that we should still hold, right? That we should still keep up, that we should still practice. And this is someone who classifies herself as non-traditional in almost every aspect of everything. So, but I do agree that there are certain things that you know, especially within the home and within the household, that we should definitely like still hold dear and keep up as practices. Now, there are a lot of things that have changed for the better as far as acceptance is concerned, and as far as even understanding like ourselves and our sexuality and things of that sort is concerned. Right now, I think we can still, some of those pillars, we can still work with some of those pillars, right? So like, let's think about the typical structure of the house, right? So you got the breadwinner, who's the man. My grandmother's the housewife, right? Today's modern day and age, you might have the breadwinner, who's the woman, because even Kevinsamuels said, women in today's age, especially black women, we are what? The most educated, the most successful woman in America, right? Group of people in history in America thus far. So we're also the unhappiest. Okay. So we're head of...
He's just saying modern women in general. He wasn't necessarily talking to black women.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying black women because it is specifically black women. So I know he didn't say that, but when we look at the numbers and see most educated women in this country and successful. So...
I think he disproved that, but anyway. He did. He ran through the numbers.
So, what was I saying? So now you have the breadwinner who is female. And the guy may not be, he may just be the housemate, not wife, husband. Like, I feel like we can still work within those traditional pillars with a household like that. Yet, based on what I'm hearing from Kevinsamuels, talking about respect and submission, doesn't seem like it works.
So, and my retort to that is, and that's, again, I like that you just said that. And I could stick a giant pin right there, and I wish I had, like, the videos on log to just, like, pull them up for you, but, like, he's been doing this for, like, 2 years now. There have been many a woman that came up and was in that position where the man was doing everything at home, and she was the breadwinner, and just got fed up.
She was unhappy.
And he used to say this before the women used to come up. But then when the women started coming up like, amen, he was just like, there it goes. Like, and I'm not going to tell you that every single person is like that, because that's not the story for everybody. I'm going to say the majority is like that because of the way how we are programmed. And I don't mean societal programming. I'm talking programming, genetic programming. That's just how it is. You were, in the grand scheme of things, you weren't built to protect me or care for me in that sense. It was the other way around.
We're nurturers.
Exactly.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like, in that sense, these are the pillars that he comes from, and these are, like, everything that he sees through those lenses, and he gives advice from that lens. And if you are, he gives you wiggle room, but not the type of wiggle room that you would probably like. Not you personally, but the person that he's speaking to.
Right.
You feel me? But that's it. Any final thoughts on it?
I don't know, man. I don't know how much kind of Kevinsamuels I can take. This is my first video, and I'm not sure.
She's overwhelmed. But yeah, guys, jump down in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. Let me know if you think that Kevin was right. Let me know if you like any of the thoughts that we had to give. Or zone in. Jump down and let me know what you think about everything that we just said. You can find Becky at
Unapologetic and Free Instagram, unapologetic_free, unapologetic free on everything else.
On all platforms.
Yep.
And you can find me at GodMade32 on Instagram and something on Twitter. I don't remember my Twitter, y'all. I'll be up there sometimes, so I ain't gonna lie. But if you like what we're doing here, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you know, and it helps us beat the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to be notified when we upload new videos, go ahead and click that little bell icon. Thank you.